PJs, welcome back to another video. Before we get started, be sure to subscribe down below to become part of my PJ squad, which is always awesome. And as always, comment down below what you guys would like to see next, or if you just want to hop down there and say hello, I'll be answering as many comments as I can. So today is part 2 of the Parakeet Slimes review. If you guys have not seen part 1, I would definitely recommend checking it out. It is on my channel, and that is where you'll see the unboxing and the extras and all that good stuff. And in this part 2, like the first one, I will be reviewing 3 separate slimes. All of them come with her Parakeet Slimes logo on the top and the slime label on the side. And of course they are in her light blue screw top lid containers. Starting off, we have Unicorn Blood, which is a pigmented clear slime. And this was inspired by Harry Potter. If you guys have ever seen it, there is I think at least one scene, I can't remember more than that, of some unicorn blood, and I gotta be honest, this looks almost exactly like it. I love this pigment. I wish I was able to take this outside for you guys. It is stunning in the sunlight, but the day I recorded this, it was super cloudy, and I wanted to get all the filming done in one day, so I just used artificial light like I normally do. So I do apologize. If you do want to see what it looks like in sunlight, I know that Parakeet Slimes did upload some videos on her Instagram of it. But back to the slime, this is your normal basic pigmented slime. Of course, for some reason, whatever is in pigment, it kind of makes the slime tacky and kind of rubber-like, but not in a super bad way. It's still really stretchy and reminds me of a clear base texture. It's definitely just different because of the pigment. Like I said, I don't know what's in it, but pretty much all pigmented clear slimes feel like this. And it is unscented, so for those of you guys that don't like scents or are allergic to them, this one could definitely be for you. I absolutely love the concept of this one, but as you will see in a little bit, it leaves quite a bit of residue on my hands, which can be pretty normal for clear slimes, although it's not becoming as normal now with like the coated clears and stuff like that. But for me at least, it was quite excessive. As you can see, it's all over my hands, and this was pretty much any time I would squeeze it, like just normally I guess, and it would just be all over my hands. I do love how the slime looked when it started out. It was beautiful, but of course as you play with it, it gets cloudy. Now in my personal opinion, I don't really know how much pigment costs or anything. I haven't used it yet, but in my opinion, I would love to see this one have a little more in it just because it took about 2 minutes of playing for it just to turn this gray color, and it kind of lost the pigment, which obviously it'll come back when it clears, but I'd love to see it stay around just a little longer. Despite those two things, I did really enjoy playing with this one. I'm not really sure, in my opinion, if it was worth the price. Like I said, I don't know how much pigment costs, but it seemed a little lacking compared to her other clear slimes, but that is just my opinion. And I think this one was absolutely wonderful, and I think it portrayed Unicorn Blood amazing. Overall, it gets 4 out of 5 pajamas. Next up is Mocha Cookie Crumble Frappe, which is a DIY clay slime inspired by the real drink from Starbucks. The base for this slime is a mocha colored glossy slime that is underactivated. The parts to this that I had to add are also underactivated, which you guys will see, which is perfectly normal. I just went ahead and activated them. I do apologize for the huge mess I make. When I activate slimes, I make like the dumbest moves ever because sometimes I'll try to poke it before I activate it. I'm like, yeah, it'll be fine. It'll look cool. I won't make a mess. And then I end up getting it like on the floor or something. I didn't do too bad with this one, but the ASMR looks weird, the poking looks weird when I activate. I'm sorry. But you know what? I'm a little proud of myself because I didn't make a mess with this one. So that's progress. Speaking on not making a mess and making progress, the chocolate sauce got out of hand, but we won't talk about that. On a brighter note, the whipped cream topping wasn't as underactivated, so it didn't go horribly, and it was clay-based, so that made it a lot easier. And once again, I make a mistake and I forgot to add the cookie crumbles until midway through, which you guys will see, which again, I apologize for. It slipped my mind. I was way too focused on the fact that it looked like a melting Frappuccino and I was freaking out and I completely forgot it. So I am so sorry. But I will say it was incredibly fascinating to mix together because of the 3 different textures. Super fun. Once completely mixed together, the texture definitely took me by surprise, and for me at least, not really in a good way. So when it's a DIY clay slime, of course, I think that the ending texture is going to be more clay-like, but because the base had no clay in it and the whipped cream that I added had like some clay and it wasn't like completely clay, it turned into more of those thick slimes that people add a little bit of clay to make it a thicker texture, if that makes sense. So I wouldn't really call it a clay slime, definitely more of a thick slime texture, so that's what I'm going to call it, but that's not really what I was expecting when I mixed it together, so it definitely took me by surprise. Another thing about the texture is this one definitely felt like it had some tackiness to it. It kind of stuck to my hands even though I had already definitely overactivated this one. And before you ask, it's not the temperature of my hands. Not only are my hands naturally cold, I'm touching slime that is always cold. I think it's my room. But like those two together, my hands are pretty much an icebox by the end of filming. So it's not that, and I'm not really sure what it is, but it was definitely sticking to me. And I don't know how to fix that. I did love the scent though. Oh my goodness. Each part of this smelled different than the others. Like part of it smelled like cookies and part of it smelled like maybe whipped cream and some of it smelled like just chocolate. Like basically what it's supposed to smell like, and mixed together. I'm telling you guys, it smells super realistic to the actual drink. I used to get it all the time when they used to do the chocolate whipped cream. If you guys know what I'm talking about, Starbucks used to have chocolate whipped cream and that's what went on this instead of regular whipped cream. So good, but it smells exactly like the drink. Overall, I also give this one 4 out of 5 pajamas. And lastly, we have Matcha Green Tea Face Mask 2.0, which is a very vibrant green butter slime. Like the last one, this one did come slightly underactivated, and I just activated it, no problem. My first impression of this slime was how soft it was. It felt so silky smooth, and I keep playing with it. I think I've played with it almost every day for the past like 2 weeks since I recorded this. It is phenomenal. From first glance, this one might look a little bland, but I promise you guys, it is not whatsoever. The green color is super vibrant, and I'm telling you guys, this is one of the best butter slimes I have ever felt. I don't know what it is. It might be the fact that I haven't had a butter slime in such a long time, but I am addicted to this one. Plus the scent on this is amazing. So a little story time. This is scented like green tea, just keep that in mind. But I was kind of hoping it would smell like matcha, because to me matcha smells and tastes like fresh cut grass, and I honestly hate matcha drinks. I've tried to like them, trust me. I know that matcha can be good for you, or at least I've been told, and I really try to like it, but I don't like the taste of fresh cut grass. It's gross, but the smell of it is amazing. I love that smell so much. Low-key hoping that this one smelled like that, but it doesn't. It smells like green tea, which still smells super bomb, and I think it fits this perfectly. That's just a little story time, because I was really hoping it would smell like matcha, and maybe in the future it could. I don't know. And I never got to try the first one since this is 2.0, so maybe the first one still smelled like matcha. I don't know, but oh, I wish it would smell like grass. But like I said, I thoroughly enjoy the scent that is in this one. I don't know if it smells like green tea to me. It kind of smells like if green tea was a candle. I don't know if that exists. It probably does somewhere, but that's kind of what it smells like. A lot more fragrant than green tea actually is. I drink green tea all the time, and it's probably like one of the most subtle flavors I've ever had, but it is delicious. It is so good. So this one, kind of smelling like a green tea candle, smells pretty great, and honestly, I would buy a candle if it smelled like green tea, not even gonna lie. So besides the fact that I went on a tangent, everything about this texture is perfection as well. It gets so sizzly and inflates just the right amount, not enough to where it's going to overflow on the container and onto your table and stuff like that, but sizzly enough to where it is so satisfying to just press your hand into. And this one absolutely gets 5 out of 5 pajamas. But with that, that is the end of today's video, and I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you made it to the end of this video and you're like me and love the smell of fresh cut grass, comment a cow emoji down below, that way I know where you are. And if there's enough of us, maybe we can start a cow army down in the comments. But with that, I am signing off, and I will see you guys in the next one.